really, I think where you see the process become a lot more streamlined for families is when they enter the school district. And what will happen is you have your IEP and you have your team of professionals, and assistive technology is a service that is separate from all those other services that can be included in on the IEP. And that usually starts with an evaluation. I mean, and obviously you can do this at other ages as well, but I think for an introduction to assistive technology, the IEP probably explains it like the most streamlined, easiest way. So you'll start with an assessment. Usually I like to recommend to families that they start with their other services to get assessed. So you kind of identify areas of need, and then assistive technology kind of comes in after all that to help fill in the gaps. And I think if we see that a child is in need of other services, I'm a big proponent of just evaluating for assistive technology as well. A lot of times it becomes convoluted because if we don't request those evaluations earlier on, what will happen is they hit 5th grade and all of a sudden they're like, I didn't know this was a service. And they've fallen behind because they don't have that same access that could have been provided a little bit earlier. What's also kind of tricky in a balance you have to figure out is when do you want to try to like push a child to build those skills, and when do you want to provide those compensations and adaptations. You know, like if a child's having troubles with writing, do you want to keep pushing the writing, or should we just go straight to typing and allow them to progress that way without focusing so much on the writing? So that's why you really want to always have assistive technology as a part of a team, because you're going to have all those opinions to help form that decision about what is the appropriate way forward. And so usually like what you kind of have that assessment, you determine the areas of need. In the school districts, it's obviously going to be heavy on like writing and academics and all of those things, but you also want to kind of, I think with assistive technology, it's really important to evaluate pretty consistently because your needs change. If you're growing and developing, you can't just say, here's your iPad, you're going to have this for the next 10 years, right? You're kind of like always seeing what the needs are and where you can add new technologies in, modify, adapt, collaborate to figure out what works best.